Hi, good evening traders. We are on the evening of 26th of August 2021. Fairly muted session for the Nifty, especially keeping in mind that we had the expiry of derivatives contracts today. Up by just 6 points on the daily time frame. We have consecutive two spinning tops. And on a day-on-day basis, you can see a lower high and a lower low. This is not exactly a bearish sign, but this is a sign that we should take it a little carefully, a little caution should be there. And that is exactly what we had been talking about yesterday. Now, the price momentum divergence on the daily time frame persists. The range of the market is shrinking. It is definitely showing signs of consolidation. The important question is whether it will correct or not. The high time frames is slightly stretched. The weekly charts on my left hand side over here is essentially at the channel upper border facing resistances there. So the probability, the chance of a consolidation or a slowdown of the erstwhile buying is definitely there. And we may see some bit of correction if the index decides to. Let's talk about levels. From a short-term perspective, if we take a look at the 75-minute time frame chart, here you go. We did draw this line a few days back, 16,500, 16,550. It acts as the short-term support. The last 2 days spinning top has created a flaggish kind of a pattern on the 75-minute time frame. So considering that the trend is up across the short-term, medium-term, and long-term, the odds are in favor of a breakout of this flag on the upside, so which will mean a break above 16,670, 16,680 kind of levels, and we should be heading towards a new high. On the other hand, a break below 16,550 would definitely confirm that there is definite possibility of a follow-through weakness in the market. If that happens, where are we heading? Well, this erstwhile congestion is going to play an important role. This is an important level. This is based around 16,180, let's say 16,200, 16,350. 200, 350 kind of level on the Nifty futures is an important short-term support. Because if you see very clearly, the index did consolidate, gave us a breakout, came down, found support at these resistances, and then bounced back to a new high. This essentially confirms a very important fact that this is a strong support zone going forward. So as long as 150, 200 to 350 kind of zone holds, even in short-term corrections, one should not turn bearish on the overall market. I mean, from a medium to long-term perspective. So let's keep a unbiased kind of an approach to the market with a mild inclination on the upside. This mild inclination on the upside is primarily because of the underlying trend. The markets are fairly divided. If you take a look at the sectoral play that we had today, metals, media, PSU bank, pharma, auto were all down. And it was nicely counterbalanced by Fin Nifty, FMCG, energy, real estate, etc., which were, mildly up. And that's why, end of the day, the index had nothing much to, show off. Just 6 points positive is not much. The Bank Nifty also just 0.35 points. When did you see the Bank Nifty post such a flat closing? So the index seems to be in no hurry to go up and sustain to a new high. We should also keep this in mind, what we found yesterday. A new high was made, but it failed to sustain. These small pointers, failure to sustain to a new high, the fact that the weekly charts are at channel resistance, the fact that we have a price momentum divergence, the fact that the entire sectoral indices are beautifully well divided, all of these pointers kind of confluences to the fact that the market seems to be a little tired. Short-term spurts of buying is there, but overall it seems that it wants to consolidate. Maybe we'll see how it plays out, but going forward, levels as we discussed, first is 16,550, and then we have a big, pretty wide range from the daily charts which should act as supports. On the upside, a break above previous high, and we are back to some new levels, higher levels on the upside, and in such a case the sky is the limit. In terms of stocks, I would like to talk about Voltas. Interesting counter. First, I'll talk about the weekly charts, wherein we can very clearly see the existence of a nice supports being created on the weekly time frame around 920, 960, 70 kind of zone. It's a wide zone of support for the stock here. And 4 weeks of correction, and the stock is oversold and finds itself back to medium term supports. I say medium term because I'm using the weekly charts. When I take a look at the daily charts, of course it's beaten down, and it's of course deeply oversold, and it is underperforming the Nifty. We can see that from our relative strength, and some kind of divergences is playing up with existence of multiple inside bars. With last 2 days candlesticks behavior, it has created an inside bar. Day before that also 2 bars we had inside bars. So post sell-off, it's kind of consolidating. A high probability bounce back candidate, if the market sustains well, then a move above 975, 976 can give us a short-term rally. Not a trend reversal by any means, because it's underperforming, it's downtrend. It's just probably it will try and test the psychological 1000 level if it manages to bounce back. Reliance played a very important role this week so far. We had spoken about Reliance 2 days back, and going forward, I think for the next expiry, if the index sustains and continues to hit life highs, or in other words, does not give up significantly, Reliance will be a key contributor. All right, till then, take care of yourselves and trade well.